Hey everybody, welcome back to PlumFiggy Plans. This is Tammy. All right, so I am working ahead
But anyway,
a little
I apologize.
bit. I'm going to try and color correct some of this if I can. The shadows anyway. Okay, so what I'm working on today is I'm getting ready my 2026 planner for work, and I'm going to use an older planner. This is a 2023 Mochi Things opening sequence planner that I've had obviously since 2023. They were clearancing out their 2023 planners then, and I got really good deal on a whole bunch of different ones. And it was a planner brand that I hadn't used before, and so I thought, well, let's try it out. They're practically next to nothing as far as cost goes, so might as well try them out. So I actually have quite a lot of them that I can be using at any point in time. I do enjoy the size of this a lot, especially for work. I'll kind of walk you through it in just a second, but let me keep going. So then also I have this, which is a 2024 Daphne's Diary Planner. And as you can see, I have taken some pages out of this, so we'll be using these papers to decorate with in here. But this is another one that I picked up last year, and I never used it. It's completely blank, never been used. It's a really great planner. I currently am using the 2025 version of this for my work planner right now. I just stuck that in there because I had pulled it out and decided not to use that one. But as you can see, and obviously I've been using it, I'm planning to, I guess, harvest the letters or the days of the week and the numbers and the months as I can, and then I'll use these pieces in like junk journaling and or just planning in or decorating for my bullet journal. I've pulled out all the calendar pages already, and I plan to use those somehow. Not quite sure how yet, but yeah, as you can see, each week in this one is a different theme, and then for each week you do get a half sheet of a list here and then a dot grid on the back, and sometimes they are decorated more than others. This one's a little less decorated. So yeah, I'm not a friend of coil. I've tried coil in the past. I used to do disc bound system with Happy Planner and then just other ones, and I'm not a fan. I just don't like it. When I put my arm down to write, I don't want to have to deal with this. And for that reason, I don't do binder systems either, even though I have some really nice planners that maybe someday I'll use them. But at this point in time, I prefer this type of a planner. So with this one, I do make an exception, I guess. And obviously I've taken a lot of pages out of here, but you can do this, and it usually is pretty even with the number of pages that are in this one. So because of the fact that there's a page each week is a different design, I've got these little, because I've been tearing the pages out, there's little things everywhere. Because of the different designs each week, it makes it interesting, and this really works well for me for work. What I like to do is I put my to-do list. I have two different types of to-do lists for myself. So I'll use this for my weekly running task list, and then in each day section, I write out exactly what I did that day, or pretty much what I did that day. And then that way I have in here, if I need extra room for writing, I've got this here, and then I've also got all this here, which I typically don't. So even for the 2025 one that I'm using right now, and it's got all kinds of writing in it, I do intend to, when the year is out, repurpose all of the gorgeous artwork and the months and days of the week and everything for something else like this. This is gorgeous. So yeah, it's just a little bit of extra work, but I don't mind it. And then also with these, you get a sticker sheet or two in here. They include extra goodies. There's stickers here already that I haven't used. We've got an alphabet and 1 through 10, 0 through 9 for numbers, days of the week here. The 4 seasons, this you could use for monthly tabs. Not quite the style that I prefer, as far as I don't like them sticking out that far. So, but I could repurpose these for something else, and then I've got another sticker on the right hand side. So, and then you do get postcards throughout as well. There's bookmarks. There's tags in here that you can use for things. There's a ruler in the back. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. There's this stencil, which I doubt I'll use. I don't tend to use stencils. Oh my goodness, I've got the hiccups all over the place. Here's the ruler. So they really do fill it up. It is a little bit pricey as far as a normal planner goes. These are out of the UK. They're out of Europe. I don't know exactly where they're out of. I always get mine at Barnes and Noble. Here's an idea of the price. US dollars are about $30 each. And then you can obviously order from the daphnesdiary.com website, but unfortunately there's a lot of shipping cost to ship to the United States from them. So I tend not to do that. I just go to Barnes and Noble. But as far as I know, that's the only place in the United States, well, at least near me. I'm in the Midwest. And as far as I know, that's the only place I can go and physically go purchase one and look through it, and the magazines as well. There's even sticker books. I didn't want to really spend all my time on this, but I happen to have one of them just kind of sitting in front of me. So, I bought this one secondhand. It was on Mercari, I believe, is where I bought this one, or buy, sell, trade. I don't remember, but they're out there. So if that's interesting for you, I would say go look at it. I love the artwork. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so this planner, I had originally intended to, like I said, I bought it from the year 2023. And so all of this here is 2023 and 2024. So this is all outdated now. Honestly, I don't really use these pages because I've got fiscal week calendars for my work. Sorry, I'm not even centered. Here we go. For my work in digital form, which I look at. So I don't really even need this page. We've got a year at a glance. This is a little different from what I'm used to. You've got your days of the month across the top and then your months down the left column. I'll figure it out. I tend to just keep track of my PTO time, anything major that happens for the company, I guess, that I work for, or anything major that happens IT-wise, like a deployment or something. I work in e-commerce. Anything that happens that's kind of major for my team, or the team that I'm on. So I tend to like to use this for that kind of thing. I think really all I have to do is redate this. It just says 23 yearly plan. I can just change it to 26. And so, yeah, so I had originally redated this to start in September of 2024 and then go through, this originally had 13 months, I believe. But I've since used some of that. I used about a month of it, a month and a half of it, and did some journaling, put some big stickers down, and I only need 12 months for my work situation. So it was fine. I glued, like these 2 pages here, I glued together, and then I did that on this one here. And so, yeah, so originally I just covered these calendar pages with some tea-dyed paper, and redated the calendar portion and stamped directly onto that tea-dyed paper, which I really don't like at all. I didn't do the whole planner, thankfully. I didn't set up all calendars. I don't know how many I did, but thankfully I didn't do them all. But my plan is to use these pages that I've already pulled out, that I've determined what I want to use, and at least decorate the calendar pages. I don't intend to do this for the entire journal. I only did this on a couple of these first pages to cover my writing that I had been writing down. So I've already gone through the whole thing, and I had already dated, just handwritten, the days of the week, and basically that was it. And I've done that twice. I've whited out that twice now, but that's okay. And so for this first week, I'm not going to have as much writing space, I guess, but that's all right. I'm sure it'll be fine. So anyway, the weeks kind of look like this. I did white this out. I don't know why I did that. I didn't really need to, because this will be January. But yeah, just covered some writing, did a little, I guess, junk journaling style here. And then again on this page, covering some writing. And then from then on, you can see then this is basically what the weeks would look like. So one other thing I did white out though is this would, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this would have been Saturday and Sunday here. But obviously I don't work Saturdays and Sundays. I work Monday through Friday. So I would have used this for notes or task lists. I'll probably use this for tasks. And so then this would be extra space for notes if I need it during the week. It's not a lot of space, but I don't mind that, because at the back there is kind of a decent amount of note space. And to be honest with you, and yeah, so it's got this weird grid. I don't know if you can really see it here. There, you can see that a little bit better. So that weird grid, and then there's some pages like this that's kind of like a grayish deckled gray with no lines or dot grid or anything. So free space basically. And then I guess your ending credit, I guess your information is on this very back page instead of the front page. So anyway, so that's basically kind of how the whole planner is lined in. As you can see, your months are going to be throughout the journal and not all at the very beginning, which doesn't matter to me either way, really. So I'm pretty much thinking I will add tabs at some point, some kind of minimal tabs. But I want to get at least the calendar pages decorated a little bit first, and then come back and either handwrite or use stickers to add my numbers of the months. I didn't do this very often. I think I only did maybe 1 or 2 months where I added the actual, nope, only just that one. So I'll probably use stickers to put the days of the week, or maybe I'll, like I said, repurpose these pages and use the days of the week from here if I can. So yeah, so anyway, I thought I'd bring you along with me, kind of walk you through how I intend to do this. I don't use fountain pens at work. I could. Actually, I do for my personal journal. I have my personal bullet journal. I use a fountain pen right now. But for work, I don't know. It doesn't, I'm kind of usually needing a quick note on something. So the enjoyment of using a fountain pen is a little bit lost on that part of it for me. For my actual note taking, I don't use my planner tons. Like for my actual note taking, I do that digitally so that I have easy access to it, and can, oh, somebody's coming up, so my ring cam's gonna go off in a second. So anyway, so I don't need tons and tons of writing room in here. This'll be just fine for me. So yeah, so all right, well, I guess I'll get started and kind of just bring you along with me as I decorate in my planner here. So all right.